Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing great. And in today's video, we are going to discuss exam April 2021 paper 1. All right, the first question over here says to you complete the calculations. 0.9 multiplied by 4. So the first step in multiplication is that you ignore the decimal points. 9 times 4 is 36. So you're supposed to write over here 36. And at the end, you should remember that we have only one decimal place in the whole equation or in the whole question. So I need one decimal place over here. While in question B, they're saying it to you, what multiplied by 7 is 2.8. It is exactly as if they're saying it to you, 2.8 divided by 7 is what? Also here, ignore the decimal point, and the 28 divided by 7 is 4, but I have one decimal place, so it's 0.4. So it is 0.4 multiplied by 7. In this question, they are saying to you, write an algebraic expression for each function machine. One has been done for you. N multiplied by 3 is 3n, so n plus 4 is n plus 4. N multiplied by 5 is 5n minus 3. Complete the function machine for the statement below. Hassan thinks of a number. He divides the number by 4, so n divided by 4, and then adds 2. The answer is 7. Work out the number Hassan was thinking of in part B. So here, in order to work out the number, we need to move backwards. So it is 7. Inverse operation of 2 is going to be minus 2. And then instead of divided by 4, is going to be times 4. So 7 minus 2 is going to be 5. 5 and multiplied by 4 is going to be 20. So the number is 20. All right, here is a number fact. 148 multiplied by 76 equals 11,248. They're requesting from you to use this factor to work out the calculations. 14.8 multiplied by 76. Well, it is going to have the same answer exactly as 148 times 76, but with one decimal place. 149 multiplied by 76, it is the same thing exactly as 11,248, but we have got one more 76. So, mister, it is one more for 148. No, it is not one more of 148 or 149. Here, this means 148 76s, while here they're saying to 149 76s. So I got one more 76. So add them up is going to be here 12. So 3, 1, 1. So 113, 24. 11,324. Eva measures the diameter of a circle as 15.9 centimeters. She uses a calculator to work out the area. She says the area is all of this. Round this answer to an appropriate degree of accuracy. Well, if you want an appropriate degree of accuracy that is 100% guaranteed to be correct, look at the numbers that are used in your question. So the numbers that are used in my question over here, I have one decimal place written, right? So convert this also, or round this to one decimal place as well. So 198.1 decimal place is 5, but after it is a strong digit, so it's going to be 6. Everything after it gets removed because they are decimal places. So 198.6 centimeters squared. Work out this. In adding or subtracting decimals, you must line up the decimal points. So this is 7.2 minus 3.463. So I must here line up the decimal points first, write your numbers, then fill in the gaps with zeros. So here borrowing for this 0 is going to be 9, and this is going to be 10. So here is going to be 7, 3, this is going to be 6 and 11, so this is going to be 7 and 3. So 3,000 or 3.737. Here, we need to make the denominators the same. So 11 over 12 stays the same, minus the 2 gets multiplied by 6, and the numerator also gets multiplied by 6, equals 5 over 12. So the A is 5. Don't go and write 5 over 12. The A only is 5. Work out 15% as a fraction in the simplest form. We know that 15% means 15 out of 100. Simplifying this by dividing by 5, dividing by 5 is 3 over 20. So 3 over 20. Here are parts of two train timetables. One shows journeys from Manchester to Leeds, and the other shows journeys from Leeds to Manchester. So here is from Manchester to Leeds, while the other one is the way back to Manchester from Leeds. All right. So Carlos is traveling from Stalybridge to Leeds on the 8:54 train. So from Stalybridge, 8:54, sorry, train, which is this one. Find how long his journey takes. Well, he's going to travel from 8:54. He will arrive at 9:36. Leeds, 9:36. He will arrive here. So how long is that? You need first to move from 8:54 until 9. So until 9, it shows here 6 minutes exactly. From 8:54 until 9, 6 minutes. And from 9 to 9:36, 36 minutes. Right? So in total, from 8:54 until 9:36 is 42 minutes. Jamila's traveling from Leeds to wherever that place is. I don't know how to pronounce it, to be honest with you. So she arrives at the train station in Leeds at 8:50. So here from Leeds, she said they're saying that she arrives at the train station in Leeds at 8:50. I'm gonna choose here a different color just to avoid confusion. From 8:50 from Leeds. So the next train, so 8:50 is here. She arrives at 8:50. All right. So find the time of the next train to Dewsbury or whatever that name is. So she must take 9:13. So Jamila's traveling from Leeds, but she arrives at the station at 8:50. So the next train she can take is 9:13. Oliver travels from Huddersfield to Leeds on the 8:12 train. So let's go to Huddersfield to, they said Leeds. So they said 8:12 train. The 8:12 train. So he's going to take this train until Leeds. All right. So he arrives at 8:36 in Leeds. But they're saying to you, he goes shopping in Leeds and returns to the station 1.5 hours after he arrived. So he will arrive at 8:36. So he arrives at Leeds or in Leeds, 8:36. He goes shopping for 1.5 hours. So what time is he going to finish? After 1 hour is 9:36. And the other half, so he's going to finish exactly at 10:06. Finishes shopping at 10:06. So the saying to you here, he then catches the next train back to Huddersfield. Find the time he gets back to Huddersfield. So when is the next train that he's going to take, and what time is he going to return to Huddersfield? So he goes back to the train station in Leeds at 10:06. 10:06. So he's going to move from Leeds to this one. So now we're going to take the other train from here, from Leeds. So 10:06. He comes back here at the station, 10:06. To go back to Huddersfield, then he's going to arrive at 10:34, right? So why? Because he's going to take the train that is 10:14. This is the next train. He's going to arrive at 10:34. This is the time he gets back to Huddersfield. Convert 160 kilometers into miles. We agreed before, if you want miles into kilometers, you must multiply by 1.6. While the opposite happens, divide by 1.6 if it's kilometers into miles. So here it's 160 divided by about 1.6. But we learned that in Unit 3, you cannot divide by a decimal. You must make the decimal a whole number. So here you go. So 1,600 divided by 16 gives you exactly 100. The cuboids have equal volume. Find the height of cuboid B. All right, first I need to find the volume of cuboid A. Equals 6 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. Length times width times height. So 6 by 3 by 5 is going to give you exactly 90 centimeters cubed. They said that B has the same volume. So V equals length times width times height. This is of the rectangular prism. Okay, or the cuboid. So I know the volume is 90. We know that they have the same volume, they said, and we found that the volume of cuboid A, it is 90. So the volume of cuboid B is 90 as well. So 90 equals 9 multiplied by 5 multiplied by H. So 9 by 5 is 45. So we know now that 45 H equals 90. What is H then? If you send this to the other side division, you find that H is 2. If you do it mentally, that 45 needs to get doubled so that it gets into 90. So 45 times 2. All right, so the height is 2. Tick to show if each of these statements is true or false. One has been done for you. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. This is true. But 1 millimeter is equal to 1/100th of a centimeter. Well, we should know that 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters. So if you want to go the other way around, 1 millimeter equals 1 over 10, which is 0.1 centimeter. So this is false, not 0.01. 1 kilogram is 1 over 1,000 gram. Oh, come on, mister. We know that 1 kilogram is 1,000 and not 1 over 1,000. 1,000 grams. 1 ton is 1,000 kilograms. Yes, we know this for sure. Here is a sketch of a compound shape made from a triangle and a semicircle. They wanted to use a ruler and compasses to construct the same shape. Well, I opened here this application. This is going to help me show you how things are supposed to be done. And I'm going to copy this. They need you to construct the same shape exactly, but accurately. So I'm going to have this here. And I will get my ruler, draw the line, which is the diameter, 10 centimeters. So over here, I'm going to draw 10 centimeters. Here you go. And after that, I'm going to open my compasses. Here you go. For 5 centimeters, the left side is actually 5 centimeters. So I'm going to open the compasses 5 centimeters. Here you go. After that, I'm going to go, it's 4.9, which is accepted, it's fine. And I'm going to go and draw an arc over here. Then I go to the other side, but I need to open it now for what? 7 centimeters for the other side. 7 centimeters. So on my ruler, 7 centimeters, here you go. And I then just try as much as you can to be accurate. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate. Then I draw the other arc. The first arc needed to go a little bit longer It needed to be a little bit longer, but it is fine for now because I see the point of intersection. So here I'm going to do that. And then from here, I'm going to draw this. Again, this arc and the first arc needed to be a little bit longer, but it is not a big deal since I see the point of intersection already. All right. So now I know that this is 5 centimeters, and even if you measure it with your ruler, you're going to find that it is 5 centimeters exactly, and this is 7 centimeters exactly, and this is 10 centimeters exactly. All right. Now I need to draw the semicircle. To draw a circle, you must open the compasses the same size as what? As the diameter? Are you going to open it 10 centimeters? No, mister. I can't open it 10 centimeters. That's going to give me a huge circle. You must open it the same size as the radius. So 5 centimeters exactly. You go up there, from the center, and you start drawing your semicircle. That's it. Now I constructed everything exactly uh, the same thing, the same measurements. And if I would like to draw the arc, make it a little bit longer over here, that's it. That's if you make it longer. You're gonna find that I got here 1 millimeter more. It's accepted. They accept 1 millimeter, 2 millimeters. They accept that. The diagram shows the positions of three vertices of a parallelogram. Here are the three vertices of the parallelogram. They want you to write down the coordinates of a possible position of the fourth vertex. Then I need to see here, if you move from this one to the other one here, I moved 1, 2, 3, right, then 1 down. Then from here, 1, 2, 3, right, 1 down. So if you connect, if you connect them, they're going to give you a parallelogram. And the position of the fourth point is 5, -3. While they're saying that you draw a different way, a different possible way. I'm going to erase the first one, not to confuse you. Just a second. And I'm going to draw the next one. I'm going to move the other way around. If I move from this, 1 up and then 3 left, then I go from here, 1 up and then 3 left, I'm going to stop here, which is -1, -1. So -1, -1. Look at that. If you connect them, they're going to give you exactly a parallelogram. Look, if you connect them this way, and here you go. That's it. Here is the parallelogram that they want. So there are two possible ways. Let's erase this and move to the next question. Write 66 over 72 as a fraction in its simplest form. I'm going to divide both by 6. So dividing the up by 6 is 11. Dividing down by 6 is 12. Here, this one simply means a 14 plus negative. It just means minus 5.5, which is going to be equal exactly to 8.5. Next, you're going to find -6 multiplied by -1.5. Negative times negative is positive, so I'm going to get rid just of the signs. 6 times 1.5, just to do the normal multiplication, ignore the decimal point, you're going to find that it is 90, and I have one decimal place, so it is exactly 9.0, or just 9. A shop sells two sizes of washing powder. Pack A contains 900 grams plus 1/4 extra free. Pack B contains 1 kilogram plus 20% extra free. Take the pack that contains the most powder. You must show you're working it. So pack A has 900 grams plus 1/4 of the 900. What is 1/4 of 900? You're going to need to do 900 divided by 4, which is going to give you 900 plus the 1/4 of 900 is going to give you exactly 225, which is 1,125 grams. While pack B equals 1 kilogram plus, so I have 1,000 grams. I need to convert that so that it's into grams like pack A. So 1,000 grams plus 20% of 1,000 means 200. All right. You want to multiply it by 20 over 100, it's going to give you 200. You want to do it mentally, you should know that 100, that 10% of 1,000 grams is 100. So 20% is 200. So plus 200 equals 1,200 grams. So which one has more? Pack B has the most powder. Two different rectangles are joined together to make a compound shape. Shape A has the length and the width that are shown. Shape B has the length and the width that are shown. They want you to find an expression for the area of the whole compound shape in centimeters squared. Give your answer in the form a number x squared plus a number x plus a number. All right, so let's do this. I need to do x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 2 because it is actually what? Length times width. So I'm going to do x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 2. And this is the area of shape A plus area of shape B, which is x minus 2 times x plus 6. I need to do this, expand them, collect like terms, then you're going to have the final answer. X times x is x squared, x times 2 is 2x, then 3x, then plus 6, plus x times x is x squared, x times 6 is 6x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x, negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. Collect like terms. I got the x squared with x squared is going to give you exactly 2x squared. Then I got 2x with 3x is 5x. 5x and 6x is 11x. 11x minus 2x is not positive 9x. Then I go over here, the 6 minus 12, which is going to give you negative 6. Write down the number of planes of symmetry in the pyramid. Well, you got here 4 planes of symmetry. How do we know this? You're going to find that there is one that you can take here horizontally. Look at that. You can take it and start it from here. You see it? And you cut it as if you're cutting this with a knife. Imagine this maybe like a cake or piece of cheese, a piece of cheese, and you're cutting it from the right side. This is one, and you got also from the front, you cut it as well with the knife. This is 2 planes of symmetry, and you got from the square actually down there, you got diagonally, and you got diagonally also the square down there. So you got 4 planes of symmetry. 2 through the triangles at the top, 2 through the square at the bottom. Or simpler than that, actually 4 from the square itself down. Imagine this is a square. Here you go. So you can cut it through this. You can cut it through this way. You can cut it diagonally and the other way diagonally. So 4 planes of symmetry. The table shows the ratio of the number of teachers to the number of students needed for each class. Swimming teachers to students, it means here 1 teacher for every 3 students. But they're requesting from you here, they're saying that there are 14 students that choose swimming. 14 students choose swimming. All right, so if I have 1 teacher must be there for every 3 students. 1 teacher for every 3. So, mister, I need 4 teachers for 12 students, right? Multiplied, if I multiply this by 4 teachers for 12 students, right? Yes, but I want 14 students, so I need one more. He's gonna be only there for two students. Yes, but I still need one more. So I need for the swimming five teachers. So five teachers for what? For 14 students. All right, what about 22 choose volleyball? Well, Mr. I know that one teacher for 10 must be there. So I need two teachers for 20. Okay, but they said there are 22 students. So I need two more students, so I need one more teacher. Yeah, Mr. The one more teacher, he must be there for 10 students, maximum 10 students. So what is that? What does that mean? It means I need two teachers for 20 students. More than 20 students, I'm gonna need the third teacher. So here I need three teachers for the volleyball. So three teachers for the volleyball. But the football, here they said 27. If you double it, it means I need two teachers for 24 students. But they said 27, so I need the third teacher as well with us. So it's going to be three teachers as well for the football. Two teachers are not going to be enough. Two teachers cover only 24 students, but I need here 27 students, so I need the third teacher with them. So calculate the number of teachers needed in total. I need 5 plus 3 plus 3, which is 11 teachers. A dance class needs a ratio of one teacher for every 16 students. There are 5 dance teachers. 72 students to choose dance. Calculate how many more students can attend the dance club or the dance class. A dance class needs a ratio of one teacher for every 16. One teacher for every 16, and I have 5 dance teachers. 5 dance teachers can cover how many students? 5, so it's 16 multiplied by 5 because 1 is 16, covers 16. So 5 dance teachers cover 16 times 5, which is going to give you exactly 80 students, right? But only 72 students chose dance. How many more students can attend? 8 more students. Mia wants to investigate if older students have more money than younger students. She surveys students at her school, identify 2 pieces of data that Mia must collect from each of the students. Well, first thing, she's saying if older students have more money than younger students. So the first thing that she needs to collect is the age, students' age, and amount of money they have, amount, amount of money they have. These are the 2 pieces of information that she must collect. The grid shows a straight line. Here you go. Draw a ring around the equation of the line. Well, this line passes through. So first I know that it's y equals mx plus c, where m is the gradient and c is the y-intercept. How can I know the gradient? You choose 2 stable points, rise over run, which is 1 divided by 1. And this has a positive gradient because it's increasing. Look at it from left to right, it is increasing. So positive gradient, 1 over 1, which is just 1x. 1x, we just write x. And where did it cross the y-axis? At -2. So this is the y-intercept. So y equals x minus 2. A different equation is 2x plus y equals 4. Complete the table of values for 2x plus y equals 4. So if x is 0, you're going to find that y is 4. But if y is 0, so it's 2x plus 0 equals 4, which is just 2x equals 4, so x equals 2. Now they want you to draw the line 2x plus y equals 4, so we need to plot these points on the graph. Let's do it. 0, 2, 0, 4. 0, 4 is going to be here. 2, 0. 2, 0 is going to be here. 3, -2. So 3, -2 is going to be here. After that, with a straight line, you must connect them. Here you go. This is how you answer the question. Next question. The saying to you, two shapes are shown on the grid, A and B, but the saying to you describe the single transformation that maps shape A onto shape B. So what happened to A to be B? Well, what happened over here is that it's a reflection. You should recognize this. How can I know? You find that it is reflection of it. It's kind of like as if you had a mirror line, as if shape A is looking at itself in the mirror. But where is the mirror? The mirror is halfway between them, between shape A and shape B. So halfway between shape A and shape B, you're gonna find that it is the x-axis. So you're gonna need to write here the single transformation is, you need to write reflection through x-axis. Mister, I wrote reflection through y equals 0. Oh, it's the same. Through y equals 0 is also the same. Draw the image of shape B after an enlargement scale factor 2, center negative 10, 8. So negative 10, 8, here is the center. And they set scale factor 2. Shape B happened to it the enlargement. Okay, so I'm going to check over here. From the center of enlargement until this vertex, what happened? You're going to find it moved here. 1 square, 2, 3, until the nearest vertex. So this vertex, I'm going to move it actually instead of from the center, I'm going to go back to the center and I move 6 right. Instead of 3 right, I'm going to move 6 right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this point moves until it becomes here. Now you can draw the same shape exactly, but with enlargement to scale factor 2. So I'm going to double the size of each line. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the first side. It is 4. And this one over here, instead of 1 down, 1 right, I'm going to move it 2 down, 2 right. So it's going to move 2 down, 2 right, which is going to be here. And after that, instead of 2 up, I'm going to move 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4 up. After that, diagonally, just to connect to the last point. Here you go. And this is shape. They didn't give it a name. So you just leave it this way. Next. Students can choose to take part in a club after school. Lily draws a pie chart to show the clubs chosen by girls. Yuri draws a pictogram to show the clubs chosen by boys. Tick to show if each of these statements is true or false, or you cannot tell. 10 more boys choose football than choose music. Well, the number of football, here I got one, they're saying to you the key here, that one represents 20. So here I got 20, then other 20, then other 20, and then this is 10, which adds up all to 70 students. While in, they said more than music, in the music, here I got here 20, 20, which is 40, then 10, it gives you actually 50. So they're saying to you here, that 10 more boys choose football. No, it is actually 20 more boys choose football than music. So this is false. The model club. What is the meaning of model club? Here we're talking about the mode. What is the meaning of mode? The most repeated or the most chosen. Club is the same for both girls and boys. Well, for girls, it is football, and for boys, it is also football. This is true. Yes, this is the most chosen for boys and for girls. A larger proportion of girls than boys choose art. Let's see. The proportion of art over here, it is 1/4 of the whole pie chart. It is 90 degrees out of 360. Or, Mr., without any degrees or anything, it is obvious that it is the quarter right now. Quarter of the circle. So this is quarter. While the art over here, you can say, I have here two of these two characters that are drawn. So I know that each one of them represents 20, but I don't need actually to do that right now. So I can just say it's 2 in the art out of how many? Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half, 6 and a half, 7 and a half, 8. So 2 out of 8, which is equal to 1/4 as well, just like the girls in the art. So they are the same proportion actually, not a larger proportion, so false. A larger number of boys than girls choose football. I cannot tell. Why? Because I know the number of boys. They are 70. But I know that the girls is half of the girls. How many are the girls? We have no idea. We don't know, so I cannot tell. Here is a graph of 4 lines. The equations of the lines are, and they're giving you here 4 equations. The question is to use the graph to find a approximate solution to these simultaneous equations. Y equals x plus 14, they want this one. X plus 2y equals 36, they wanted this one. So we need to find them first on the graph. And then we find the solution, we find the x and the y of their intersection. This is how we solve simultaneous equations using the graphing method. So let's continue. Y equals x plus 14. Can I find it in the graph? Well, I need to find the point that has that goes through 14 on the y-axis because we know that 14 is what? The y-intercept. So which one passes through 14 in the y-axis? 14 is between 10 and 20. So one of these 2 lines actually pass through 14. All right. So if you notice, by the way, the other one, if you want to get the y-intercept of it, look at this. So here we got 2y equals 36 minus x. I must make y the subject. So y equals 36 over 2 minus x over 2 as well, right? I'm going to divide them all by 2. So you're going to find that this is here negative half x, and 36 divided by 2 is going to give you exactly 18. So sending the 2 division over there is going to make 36 18, and it's going to make the negative 1 over 2, which is negative half. This is how I sent the multiply division to the other side, divide by 2. And instead of multiply 2, I sent it over there, divide by 2. So 18 minus 1 over 2, which is a half. So the y-intercept here is 18. The y-intercept here is 14. So, mister, they crossed the only 2 lines that crossed the y-axis between 10 and 14 are these 2 lines. This and that. I knew that from where? From the y-intercept. They are the only 2. This here passed by 14. The other one passed by the 18. So, mister, these are the 2 lines that they're talking about. Okay, this is y equals x plus 14, passed by 14 on the y-axis. This is y equals 18, x plus 2y equals 36. X plus 2y equals 36, passed through 18 in the y-axis. Good. They don't want you just to identify them or to label them. They want you actually to do what? To find a solution for x and for y. So you need to do what? I need illustrate over here to see what the x is equal to if I go straight. Look at this. Right? So if I go from the point of intersection straight until I reach the x-axis, you're going to find that it is between what and what? Here you go. 1, 2, 3. So any number between 2 and 3. Any number you say between 2 and 3. I'm going to write this down here. Any value between 2 and 3. All right, while the y is what? You're going to find that any value between, you're going to find this is 15, so 16 and 17. Any value between 16 and 17 is very close actually to 17. So I'm going to write over here the 16, and here is the 17, but it is very close to 17. So I'm going to write there, I'm going to have to erase my line. X is any number between 2 and 3. So I'm going to write maybe 2.5. And that the y was very close to 17, I'm going to write 16.8. You're going to find in the mark scheme saying any value between 2 and 3 is accepted, any value between 16 and 17 is accepted. William plays a game. He throws two fair dice. His score is the higher of the two numbers shown on the dice. Let me erase this. All right, so here between one and one, the highest, well, it's just one, but between one and two, the highest is two. Between one and three, the highest is three, and so on. So over here, between two and five, the highest is five. Between two and six, the highest is six. Between three and five, also the five, and here also the six. Between four and one, the highest is four. Here is four. Here the highest is four. Until between four and five, the highest is five. Four and six, the highest is six. Here, 5 is higher than all of them except for the 6 is higher than the 5. The 6 is the highest of them all. Okay, now you completed the table. Work out the probability that his score is greater than 4. Greater than 4, then we need to exclude this. Look at that. You need to exclude. Well, anyway, we need to exclude all of this. They said greater than 4. So if you count them, you're going to find I have here six numbers. I have this row also six numbers, so 12. 12, and you go over here, two more, two more, two more, two more, which add up to eight numbers. So 8 and 12 is 20 numbers exactly. So 12 scores are higher than 4. Oh, but mister, if you write this, it's going to be wrong. They want from you the probability. So it's 20 out of 36 numbers. 20 out of 36 is accepted. You put it in the simplest form, divide here by 4 is going to give you exactly 5. Divide here by 4 is going to give you exactly 9. 5 over 9 also is accepted. That's it. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you in another video.